because it's a great privilege, especially to be in America and be able to own your own business. So I
Yeah.
encourage all women, no matter what, get involved. It's a privilege. It's a great privilege. Take advantage of it.
Hi everyone, Elle Ballard is here today with our next guest on the Empowered Global Women in Business podcast. And today my guest is Elizabeth Olagunju. Hi Elizabeth,
Hi,
welcome.
Elle. Glad to be here.
Hi, great to see you. Elizabeth is a financial consultant, a licensed investment executive with over 20 years of experience in two major Fortune 500 companies. She helps entrepreneurs with business strategies and maximizing their chances to achieve specific objectives. She's an MBA holder. She's a certified John Maxwell speaker and coach, and she has also a PhD in organizational leadership. Welcome, Elizabeth. I'm looking
Thank
forward to
you.
speaking with you today.
Thank
And my
you.
first, yeah, my first question is, what led you to do this work, to choose financial industry for your career?
All right. Thank you. That's an excellent question. I have always wanted to help people. And so, as a coach, a life coach, I meet with people, help them achieve their goals. I found out that people always struggles with their finances. And since I've had a previous experience in financial companies and in finance, I went out and got my investment licenses so that I can use that to help my clients more. So, in achieving their goals, I first want to concentrate on achieving their financial goals. And when finances is taken care of, in most cases, other things fall into their rightful places.
Yeah.
That's what gives me fulfillment.
And that is so needed, right? It's
Yes.
it's it's a yeah, everybody needs that. Wonderful, wonderful. And then I want to talk about our upcoming book. And you are one of our authors, and I'm so excited to bring all of these beautiful stories to the world. And the book is dedicated to women entrepreneurs. And I love the stories and the depth of those stories, and including your story as well. And your chapter is called Realistic Entrepreneur. Could you
Yes.
share with our listeners? And by the way, because this book is dedicated to women entrepreneurs, and so you can get your copy on Amazon or via our website. But I wanted to share with you Elizabeth's story, her journey, just a little bit, her path, and maybe just a high level of your chapter, Elizabeth, and why you chose to take that angle.
Thank you. I love the chapter I contributed to the book because it's like the title says, very realistic. So, and as a realistic entrepreneur, I talk about in that chapter about privileges that you have as a business owner, because it's a great privilege, especially to be in America and be able to own your own business. So
Yeah.
I encourage all women, no matter what, get involved. It's a privilege. It's a great privilege. Take advantage of it. Well, with privileges, you don't just jump into the jungle of business, owning a business. You got to plan. So remember privileges and remember planning. And so in my chapter, I put in details how best to plan. What should be your plans? What steps you need to take one by one to lead you to success? Because there are people who have always done what you wanted to do. You can learn from them. You can learn
Yeah.
from their successes and you can learn from those who have failed. And that leads to the third P. The first P is privileges, the second P is planning, and the third P is pitfalls. There are a
Mhm.
lot of pitfalls for business owners. You got to make sure you don't fall into that pitfalls. So find out where those have failed. Make sure you avoid that so that you can be successful. So remember the three P's and find out the details by reading the book and my chapter.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that and your experience in your journey in the chapter. And like I said, you can read Elizabeth's chapter and you can get it on Amazon. You can also get it through our website, womenoftheworldnetwork.com. Now, I want to talk about as a woman in the financial industry, right? Which is male dominated, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is. It
yeah,
is.
yeah, and or heavily male dominated, I should say.
Yeah.
But you building this career, building this business, your journey, you're learning through these experiences. I'm sure there are so many lessons. What would be one of the main lessons that you learned in your journey of building your own business as a woman in this field?
Like you rightly observed, it's a male dominated industry, but don't get intimidated. So my one main lesson is never give up.
Yeah,
Never give up. And if you in business, we say in financial industry, we say, you achieve a goal, you get this done today, it's already done. You start
yeah,
looking for the next one. The next tomorrow is another day. So you get to achieve another goal. You set yourself up to succeed and you succeed every day. So you don't rest on your oar. So one of the best things to always keep in mind is always working. You got to work hard. You got to aim high and go and achieve. And you can't get intimidated or get discouraged because there will
yeah,
always be challenges. There will always
yeah.
be discouragement. There will always be people who will put you down, but you got to keep moving, keep going, never give up.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's simple but so profound. Just keep going and not giving up and not succumb to the
Mhm.
outside pressure
Yes,
or sometimes internal, our own selves being our own critics, yeah.
exactly,
And
exactly.
and yeah, keep going and learning from the others, like you mentioned earlier,
Mhm,
too, so
mhm,
key. Learning
mhm.
from those who have walked the path before you so that they can share what they learned. Yeah, I love that. So thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
And yeah, I wanna, because it is Empowered Global Women in Business podcast, and we, interviewed over women from over 15 countries so far, all the different countries. And I know you're born in a different country too, Nigeria. Now you live in the US.
Yeah.
But what does it mean for you to be a woman of the world?
An excellent question. It means a lot to be a woman of the world because I see that I'm not just achieving for myself. I'm also, as I am an American citizen, but also whatever I do reflects on my country, Nigeria. So I'm also making sure that those behind me, I'm a role model to them, a good role
Yeah,
model. And it's important that I do what I do and do it well, and so that they too can follow. We are all standing on shoulders of those who have gone before us. And I want them
yeah,
to be able to stand on my shoulders too and say, oh, I learned this from Dr. Olagunju. I learned this, and look where I am today. I'm successful. I want them to be successful. I want them to
yeah,
put in their best. Always do your best.
yeah. I love that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Beautiful.
Welcome.
Beautiful. You're leading by example with everything that you have achieved, in your career. And that's beautiful advice. So I want to move us to the rapid fire questions. That is the
Okay.
final part of our conversation. And
Yeah.
I'll ask you 5 questions,
Okay.
and let me know if you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay, beautiful.
Mhm.
Your favorite book name is?
The one I just read, which is The Craw Daddies Sing, Where the Craw Daddies Sing. I just finished reading
Mm,
it. Where the Craw Daddies Sing. It's a New York bestseller. It's a good book. It's awesome.
beautiful. Haven't heard about that one. Nice.
Yeah.
Beach or mountains?
Beach, of course.
Favorite international destination to visit?
France.
Me too.
I love that place. Yes.
So funny, France comes very pretty often in the list.
Yeah.
Summer or winter?
Summer. I live in Miami, so I love.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and the final question is things that you have discovered about yourself recently.
Things I've discovered recently about myself. That's a tough one. But I think, especially in reading the book, the where the crawdads sing, I learned that whoever I am today is a byproduct of my beginnings, my
Mhm,
childhood. Okay, my childhood contributes a lot to whatever I become. I
mhm.
mean, the main character in that book, well, I'm not going to give it away, but there's such something that reminds me of what I have gone through in my life and how everything has shaped me. So
Yeah,
my today is not exclusive of my yesterday.
right. I love that. I love that. It's all interconnected and somehow
Yes,
brick by brick, it
yes,
shapes us.
yes, yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's profound because we forget that sometimes.
Mhm.
And if it's maybe not so, I guess maybe there are some experience that we don't want to remember, so we want to kind of
Mhm, mhm.
sometimes don't think about it or remove it, right, from and separate ourselves from that. But in reality, everything and anything that happens shapes us who we are today. And
Yes, it
it's so
does.
profound and it's so beautiful because,
Mm,
yeah, we are all interconnected, but we also have the roots, right? And yeah, I think I love that. I agree with you,
mhm,
especially when we
mhm,
move countries, we live in different countries,
mhm,
right? It's so
mhm, mhm.
important
Yeah,
to
yeah.
refer back to who it is that I am. And it's
Mhm.
sometimes easy to forget that, to
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
ourselves in this
Yes,
busyness of the world
yes.
today. And it's so important. And for the future generation to remember, right, to show, like you said, the example.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, I recorded a reel yesterday on that. The August is what is your legacy month, and it's such a beautiful conversation right now that we're having, that you mentioned,
Mm,
you're building your legacy to bring other people sort of from your country, right? People who've
yeah,
always show that it can be done through your
yeah.
leadership, through your
Yes.
experience in your path. So thank you for all of that. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, Elizabeth, and taking the time. And I'm so excited to share your story with the world and your beautiful self, of course.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us today. And we have been on the Empowered Global Women in Business podcast. Contact information for Elizabeth will be posted in our audio version in our YouTube video as well in the comments. Connect with her. She's full of knowledge. And with that, thank you so much, Elizabeth.
I do thank you very much for having me, Elle. You are such a wonderful communicator, and
Thank
so
you.
I'm happy to be in the group. Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye.